From coast to coast and over 1 million homes on Game Plus TV network as we welcome in Sean Burke, who I like to call the original Burkie, now with the Montreal Canadiens. How you doing, Burkie?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Very well. Happy to be talking hockey this summer. We just had Brian Propp on, and he reports all is good in New Jersey where he lives. How about you? Where are you hanging out, and how's your life been the last 3.5, 4 months?
Well, I'm actually now in northern Michigan. It's where I spend my summers. My wife is from this area. So we just left Arizona about a month ago before everything got too crazy there. But yeah, things are good. It's been interesting times, as everybody knows, and a lot of uncertainty in the air. But it's given, I think, everybody a lot of family time and a chance to do some other things while we wait and see how everything plays out here.
No kidding. And I don't know if you remember, Burke and I watched a game in the Coyotes luxury suite. It was Cardinals-Eagles, hosted by, well, Burke was working with the Coyotes at the time. I had a great time that day. I'm not sure about you, Sean. And I thought you were going to be with the Coyotes forever. But now you've moved on to the Montreal Canadiens, the fabled franchise. How's that been for you?
Well, it's been great. I've really enjoyed my time there. I've had an opportunity to do a lot of scouting, which I hadn't done in my past, and the reason it worked so well was I had a good combination of being able to do the Team Canada stuff, manage the Olympics, World Championships, those sort of things, and then also stay very connected to the NHL through my scouting. So it's been a real good sort of education for me, and something, as you said, with an organization like that that has such a great history. It's very fun to be a part of.
I will ask you about the Habs-Penguins first-round series in a moment, but I want to ask you about Arizona in terms of the Coyotes are in, but they're not really in. You know what I mean? They're in the play-in round. Do you think that they'll get much ripple of news in the Valley, do you think? Are they going to be paying attention that they're at least in the play-in round?
I think so. You know, there's been a real good transition. They've always had a loyal fan base there. Like a lot of southern markets, most of it depends on winning. So this is going to be, exciting for that team. Not the playoffs just yet, but a chance to make the playoffs. And, especially with the type of year they were having, they were close. They were on the bubble most of the year, and then it looked like they were going to miss. So this is sort of a second life for them. And I think that fans there right now, as you know, in all sports, everybody's dying to see live sports, and I think it'll be no different for the fans in Arizona.
So to the Canadiens, and I'm just itching to ask you about Cayden Primeau because I think he's the next big thing. But just in this Penguins-Habs series, a best of 5, what do you like about your team's chances in that? And by the way, I like the fact that we can now talk about it. We're getting close.
Yeah, I like that we're healthy. That's first and foremost extremely important. And there's a number of teams in the league that feel that way, that have got guys back that weren't expecting to have back if the playoffs would have started on time. But I like that for us. We're a team that's built with 4 lines. We play everybody. There's a role for everybody in the lineup. And if we can stay healthy through the play-in round and into playoffs, then that gives us a good chance against a great team like Pittsburgh, who, of course, they're healthy as well and have a lot of experience in winning. But, when you're the underdog, there's always that feeling when you go into a series that, you can surprise the other team or at least frustrate them. And that's going to be our look at going up against Pittsburgh.
Well, and you mentioned the short series. I mean, would you say underdog because of standings, Burke? Is that why you're saying that? Because I mean, if it was a 16-team playoff, you wouldn't be in it yet. Look, we had Mark Recchi on that not that long ago. He's concerned about the Habs in a short series. So, are they a little more evenly matched? And does a best of 5 kind of make it that way?
I think so. Well, and I know Rex very well, and anybody who's the favorite doesn't want to say they're the favorite because then it gives the impression that you're a little overconfident. So that's always gamemanship. Pittsburgh is a favorite based on the fact that they have the best player in the league or have had the best player in the league for a number of years in Sidney Crosby. Malkin's healthy. If you go through their lineup, it's an experienced lineup with a lot of winning. But, that all goes out the window when you have a short series. And if your goaltender gets hot, if your team comes together at the right time, you have a chance. And so I know they're saying on the Pittsburgh side the right things to keep their guys grounded. But at the end of the day, that's a very good hockey team that we know if we're going to win that series, we're going to have to play extremely well. You're not going to go in the back door.
Well, that's what's got my friends in Montreal, and I got a lot of so excited. I'm talking Hab fans, not Hab staffers. They think you guys got this one. And by the way, I want to say one of the TSN channels, I think by accident, aired an American League game this winter, and I'm watching it with Laval, and Cayden Primeau's in net. And I'm like, wow, he's big. He's got it all. What do you think the future is for this guy, the Habs' top American Hockey League affiliate, in goal?
Well, I think it's very bright. I had a chance this year to go down quite often to Laval. And, the one thing about Preems is he comes from a family. I played with the dad. I played against the uncle. Very, very professional, dedicated hockey people. He's growing up around that. He has a great demeanor about him. He's just a kid that comes to the rink and enjoys the game. He knows that there's a bright future ahead of him, and he's not getting ahead of himself right now. He's putting in the work. There's a great goalie coach down there, Marco Marciano in Laval, who's been working with him daily. And, Preems buys into coming to the rink and having that routine. So I think he's doing all the right things. And he's not looking too far ahead. He's enjoying the process. And that's so important when you're a young player.
No kidding. Well, the future certainly looks bright. The Habs have the crease locked down, the most important position. Sean, good catching up with you. Good to see you're doing so well, and let's do it again here throughout the summer if you got time.
Sounds great, Rod. Anytime. If you get down for another game in Arizona, let me know.
Absolutely. Thanks, Berkey. Sean Burke joining us from northern Michigan today. Looks like life is great. Country. Absolutely.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.